Ballerina, 39. Straight on bar action and into our first fight of the afternoon. Introducing first, into the red corner, Rapheal, Puig.
Coming into the red corner now, we have Rapheal Puig. He is fighting out of the Ultimate Fight Club, and we had an online voting on this one, and Rapheal is coming in a very strong favourite, with 89% of the public vote think he's going to take the win.
Yeah, if I was at Betfred, though, it's definitely worth it to put some money on his opponent in the blue corner. But Rapheal Puig obviously coming in as a heavy favourite, and he's looking like he's in fairly good shape. And I believe his Ultimate Fight Club's from South France, is not?
Yeah, the south of France, and it's very interesting. These we have a lot of French fighters on Battle Arena, and in France the law on MMA is a little bit different than in the UK. So we have a lot of French fighters coming over because they find it very hard to get fights in France because of the current legal situation. But it doesn't mean that he's made the trip. So one would assume he's trained damn hard for this confrontation.
And of course, you get that French style, that Savate style, heavy kickboxing country.
And
Smalleys.
coming in now, Manats Smalleys from Immortal 365. He doesn't have a day off in a whole year. He is constantly training.
Every day for Manats Smalleys. And only 11%, our online voters only gave him an 11% shot. Well, it's better than nothing there, Manats. Get in here and show us what 11% can do.
Well, I think maybe the public might have got it wrong on this fight. I don't like to pick as a commentator, but saw Rapheal fighting in Oxford on the Battle Arena show at the Kassam Stadium, and I think I've seen a few clips of Manats, and this could be a very, very close contest.
Yeah, there was some controversy, wasn't there, in that Rapheal Puig fight? Was it him?
No,
wrong one. Sorry.
Oh yeah, it was. You're right. Was it? Yes, Rapheal won in a controversial way because he was actually choked with a rear naked choke, submitted, and then his opponent punched him in the back of the head.
Yes, because,
celebrating.
Yeah, Rapheal Puig actually fought a teammate of mine, which is Ben Brooks, and Ben fortunately got a little bit too excited there at the very end and pushed him off.
Well, his elite TC guy's famous for cheating.
Introducing first,
knee reaps all the time.
Weighing 68.2 kilograms, fighting out of Ultimate Fight Club, Rapheal Puig.
Let's see if Rapheal's worked on his submission defense. Hopefully he's not giving up his back in this fight.
And his opponent, the fighter in the blue corner, weighing 69.7 kilograms, fighting out of Immortal 365, Manats Smalleys.
Immortal Series 65, based in Peterborough, and quite an unusual gym in that they have lightsaber training.
It's interesting to note that Rapheal last time fought at 77 against Ben Brooks, and he's looking very lean. Manats comes out in that southpaw stance and looks to land a stiff left and throws a body kick for a good measure.
Oh,
good hip toss.
Huge hip toss onto the center of the ring.
And there you see Rapheal Puig is turning away, which is exactly what you do not want to do. So I'm afraid that he's not terribly comfortable right now in the grapple and in that side control, but he's looking, might be looking for an armbar.
The little bit of striking we saw, it did seem pretty even. Both guys throwing big kicks, but Manats is looking quite dominant on the floor, but he's let him get up. That was a mistake, but he's throwing that big left kick again. Huge power from Manats.
Knee comes up, referee warning. There's no knees to the head in this bout.
This is a common wrestling position, this little tie up here. Will he look for that hip toss again?
Yes.
Or has Rapheal got used to it?
Good 50-50 position. Rapheal looking to go to the back from here in that over-under control, but gets tripped again forward. Excellent throw there from Manats. He's using his hips very well.
I wouldn't be surprised if Manats has done a little bit of judo, that position, and got full mount now. He's got a strong position. And Rapheal was trying to work an escape, but not looking overly technical on his escape. He's giving up his back now, and he might get caught in the same rear naked choke that got caught in the Oxford show.
Oh, deja vu for Rapheal Puig right now. Can Manats finish it out, or can Rapheal find the corner of the arm and get his chin in there and hopefully defend that rear naked choke? It doesn't look like it's completely on at the moment.
No, there's a slight angle which is going to make it really hard to finish. He's given up on it and he's going back to controlling that mount position. But he's in a position called quarter guard there, where his foot has been caught by Rapheal, and Rapheal should be trying to use that to escape, pushing that leg through. But maybe he needs to work on his grappling a little bit because he's just covering up and he's not trying to improve position at the moment.
He isn't intelligently defending himself, and he's getting a warning there from the referee. Oh, he sits back for an armbar, does Manats.
Oh,
he's
that's
got it
straight.
extended.
Oh!
Rapheal Puig is doing the old school 90s defense of trying to knock out your person that's doing the armbar on you. Throws a kick there for good measure. There's a little pause in the action. Manats looking to establish that jab to set up that left straight. Rapheal Puig with an uppercut from the right hand there in the clinch.
Oh, great knees from inside, just working those legs, landing some heavy shots. And I think the key to this fight for Rapheal is maybe he's trying to stay on his feet, because every time they hit the floor, Manats is hunting for submissions and ground and pound.
Beautiful arm throw there.
This
that
is
wonderful.
This fight is a little highlight reel of judo hip tosses.
An excellent way to start off our night here at Battle Arena 39. And really, Manats looks very controlled, very calm. You know, this is the kind of start that you want for a semi-pro fighter that's looking to move into the pro ranks in the future, because he's very calm, he's composed, he's picking his shots, his grappling is extraordinary, and he's obviously the more skilled fighter, at least in this round. Can Rapheal Puig adjust, talk to his corner, and establish something in that second round? We can see. Let's wait.
We see this with Ronda Rousey in the UFC, that he's dominant fighter with hip throws, but just a little adjustment on Raphael's part, just keeping his hips away, dropping his weight a little bit lower. I think in judo they call it a jigger tie, where you drop your center of gravity. Could really stuff that takedown and then be able to keep it on his feet. But I think we've seen the keys of victory in this fight. For Manats is to stay on the floor, hold him down, work those submissions, and for Rapheal is to avoid that hip toss at all costs.
Yeah, avoid the clinch at all costs. Try to jab on the outside, throw leg kicks on the outside, and just not engage in that clinch game at all. And if you are in that clinch game, do not walk around the back. As we saw earlier, he got tossed really hard in that when he was trying to walk around the back and take the back. Allowed Manats his hips to get inside of his and throw. Manats is dropping his hips very well, and he's controlling that clinch. I'd love to see what Manats can do on the ground again in this round, but we'll see if Rapheal can adjust.
I'd like to see Rapheal using a little bit more footwork here. Manats is actually quite heavy on his feet. Rapheal, if he can stay light, be elusive, stay at that clinch, he should have a lot more success.
Excellent show of respect from both fighters here as they touch gloves in the middle of the cage. An excellent body kick. Going to that liver shot is Manats. He throws a nice stiff left that has Rapheal wincing and looking away. And now we're here in that over-under position again. Oh, you see Rapheal went for that inside trip, which Manats was ready for. And now he's got a really tight overhook.
A strong position, but Raphael's doing an excellent job of getting back to his feet. Now we want to see him separate, otherwise he's going to be stuck in another one of those hip throws.
Got double overs here, and we're going to be looking for Manats to throw again, and there he does.
Oh, another huge throw straight into mount. That's been done thousands of times in training. That is not a beginner's takedown right there.
That was a stiff left hand that came through the guard there of Rapheal Puig, and Manats is just picking his shots now and looking to the referee for maybe some indication of how much more punishment Rapheal can take.
I think he's very
heavy shots here.
He's really not intelligently defending himself. It's I'm
surprised
surprised
he's got it straight.
But I think he's done. I think we could be looking at a little snap here.
Has he hitchhiked out of it?
He's tapping his foot. I think the fight's over. I think he's going to have a very sore arm. That was fully extended, hyper-extended elbow. That is going to be sore for a few days.
They've got excellent healthcare, do they, in France? So hopefully he'll be able to see his GP rather soon, but he's shaking his head there. He looks more of the pain of disappointment and maybe a little bit of hurt pride, because he obviously trained very hard, did Rapheal Puig.
And it is such an electrifying atmosphere. It's really filling up, and I think by the time we get to our main event fights, our title fights, it's going to be kicking off here.
Yeah, and we're hoping to have our title fights starting at 6 p.m. with David Calso, who's going to be competing for the first ever Battle Arena World title against Jonathan Mutama from Art of War. David Calso, a local fellow from Russell Perks MMA. And here we go to the decision in the center of the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for our first fighters of the evening. And your winner, after 1 minute 11 seconds of the second round, via armbar, from the blue corner, Manats Smalleys. And make some noise for your runner-up, Rapheal Puig. Had a good fight. How did you feel in the first out of the night?
I felt very good. The fight is good, yeah.
And you do a lot of judo in that fight, so nice class of judo. Is it something you do a lot?
Yeah. I do about 10 years judo.
10 years judo. And you showed tonight, it's very, very good. You finished with a good strong arm bar as well.
Thank you.
So, congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Make some noise for your winner, Manats, Smalleys.